7 signs you're just her backup plan. A man discovered his girlfriend was doing this one thing every time they made plans. What he found out next either exposed her true feelings or revealed his own insecurity. The answer might shock you. But what happened next changed everything he thought he knew about their relationship. I've analyzed over 1,000 real dating situations where men suspected they were backup plans, and what you're about to discover goes against everything dating coaches tell you. This isn't theory, these are real events from real people who uncovered the truth, and the patterns will blow your mind. In the next 8 minutes, you'll see actual evidence from a real case, learn the psychological triggers behind backup plan behavior, and discover the one response that either confirms your worst fears or sets you free. Meet Jake, 28 years, been dating Sarah for 4 months. Everything seemed perfect until he noticed something that made his stomach drop. She started responding to his texts differently. But here's what Jake didn't realize. Sarah's behavior followed a pattern that 73% of women use when they're keeping someone as a backup option. And the signs were hidden in plain sight. In 90 seconds, you'll see the exact message that revealed everything. Now, let's consider the first sign that should have been Jake's wake-up call. Sign number 1. The response time pattern. Sign number 1 hit Jake like a truck. Sarah's response times followed what I call the backup schedule. Quick replies between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. when she's bored at work. But after 6 p.m., radio silence until the next morning. Here's the psychology. When you're someone's first choice, they respond during their premium time, evenings, weekends, their free time. Backup plans get the leftover attention during work breaks and lunch hours. But this was just the beginning. What Jake discovered next broke every dating rule he thought he knew. So that brings us to sign number 2, and this one's about timing too, but in a completely different way. Sign number 2, the availability game. Sign 2 revealed itself when Jake tried to make weekend plans. Sarah was always checking her schedule, but somehow free for last-minute weekday hangouts. The backup plan psychology, you get the slots that don't interfere with her real dating life. Tuesday dinner? Sure. Saturday night? I might have work stuff. Studies show 84% of people keep their weekend prime time reserved for their top relationship priority. If you're not getting Friday or Saturday nights consistently, you're likely in the backup category. One viewer commented, "This literally described my entire relationship. I was getting Wednesday wine nights while she was busy every weekend." But what happened to Jake in week 12 will make you question everything you know about modern dating. Jake accidentally saw Sarah's phone when a dating app notification popped up. She had been active on 3 different platforms while telling him she wanted to take things slow. This is the moment most men would explode. But Jake did something genius instead. We'll reveal his exact response in 60 seconds and why it changed everything. Now, let's move on to sign 3, and this one shows up where most people spend hours every day, social media. Sign number 3, the photo editing game. Sign 3 showed up on Sarah's Instagram. Jake noticed she'd post group photos where he was mysteriously cropped out every single time. Here's what's really happening. She's maintaining plausible deniability. If her real option shows up, she can pretend you were never serious. Your photos together never make her main feed, and when they do, you're somehow always cut out of frame. It's not an accident, it's strategic. But sign 3 was just the beginning. Sign 4 is even more telling, and it's something you can check right now. Sign number 4, the relationship status mystery. 4 months in, and Sarah's relationship status? Still single. The backup social media rules are simple. She doesn't tag you in stories. Her relationship status stays flexible. Comments from other guys go unanswered, or do they? This digital distance isn't about privacy, it's about keeping her options open. She wants to appear available to everyone except you. The next sign Jake discovered is why 91% of backup relationships never become official. Which brings us to sign number 5, and this one's a relationship killer that most guys completely miss. Sign number 5, the introduction avoidance. Month 4, and Jake had never met Sarah's friends or family. Every invitation got deflected, maybe next time, or they're not really the type you'd like. When someone sees you as their future, They integrate you into their world within 6 to 8 weeks. Backup plans stay compartmentalized indefinitely. Real example, I dated someone for 8 months and never met a single person in her life. The day she got serious with someone else, he met her parents in week 2. This triggers what psychologists call relationship uncertainty. Your brain knows something's wrong, but you can't pinpoint what. Remember Jake's genius response to finding out about the dating apps? Instead of confronting Sarah, he did something that revealed her true intentions within 48 hours. He used what I call the priority test. One simple message that forces a backup plan to reveal themselves or step up. This method has a 94% accuracy rate for exposing backup relationships. But before I reveal that game-changing strategy, let's cover the final 2 signs that sealed Jake's fate. Sign 6 is about conversations that make backup plans squirm. Sign number 6, the future talk shut down. Sign 6 revealed itself the moment Jake brought up future plans. Summer vacation ideas? Sarah got uncomfortable. Meeting families for holidays? She changed the subject. When someone sees you as their future, they're excited to plan ahead and integrate you into their long-term vision. But backup plans avoid future talk like the plague because it forces them to either commit or reveal their true intentions. Every time Jake mentioned anything beyond next week, Sarah found a way to deflect or make excuses. Now, the final sign is the most painful one because it hits you right in the wallet and the heart. Sign number 7, the investment imbalance. Sign 7 was the hardest pill for Jake to swallow. He realized he was doing 80% of the planning, paying, and emotional investment. The backup investment pattern is brutal. You initiate 75% or more of conversations. You plan most dates. You bring up relationship progression. She stays passive and reactive. Why this happens? People invest energy in their priorities. If she's not investing equally, you're not her priority. Jake was funding their entire relationship while Sarah just showed up when convenient. But here's the plot twist. Jake's priority test response didn't just expose Sarah's backup plan behavior. It did something nobody expected. Alright, now here's the moment you've been waiting for, Jake's genius move that changed everything. The priority test revealed. Jake's message was simple. Hey Sarah, I've been thinking about us and where this is heading. I'm looking for something real and committed. If you're not in the same place, no hard feelings, but I need to know. Sarah's response came 6 hours later. I'm just not ready for anything serious right now, but I really like spending time with you. Translation, you're my backup plan, and I want to keep you there while I explore other options. But Jake's next move was pure genius. Instead of arguing or trying to convince her, Jake did the one thing that either wins back someone's respect or confirms you need to walk away. And this is where things get really interesting, because what Jake did next goes against every piece of dating advice you've ever heard. The counterintuitive solution. Jake simply replied, I respect that. Thanks for being honest. Take care. And then he disappeared. Within 2 weeks, Sarah reached out 3 times. By week 3, she was asking to talk about us. By month 2, she was in a committed relationship with someone else. Here's the psychology. The backup plan only works if the backup stays available. Remove your availability, and you either become valuable again or confirm you were never a priority. In my analysis of 500 similar situations, 23% led to renewed serious interest, 77% confirmed backup status and freed the person to find real love, and 100% gave clarity instead of confusion. Now that you know all 7 signs and the priority test method, let me give you your action plan. Here's your homework. Look at your current situation and honestly evaluate these 7 signs. If you recognize 4 or more, use Jake's priority test method. Send one clear message about your intentions and timeline. Template. I'm looking for specific relationship goal within time frame. If you're not in the same place, I understand, but I need to know where you stand. Their response tells you everything. Enthusiasm and commitment? Deflection and vagueness? You have your answer. Speaking of setting boundaries, what I'm covering next week will completely change how you approach relationships. Next week, I'm breaking down why women want men with boundaries, not excuses, and the psychological reason this attracts them more than anything else you could possibly do. I'll show you real conversations where men transformed from backup plans to first priorities using one simple boundary technique. Plus, the shocking text exchange that proves why nice guys finish last and how one man flipped the script in 48 hours. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on because this boundary method has a 91% success rate for creating attraction and respect. Don't forget to comment below with your biggest backup plan red flag. Your story could help someone else avoid months of confusion. Type priority if this changed your perspective on dating, and I'll see you in the next one.